It was a strict rule. If you were more than 15 minutes late to a mandatory staff meeting, you were docked $300 from your paycheck. But today, the rule would be applied to the person who made it. Richard Hamilton, the company's regional director. The rule was simple. All regional staff meetings began promptly at 9 a.m. sharp. Any employee arriving after 9:15 a.m. would face a $300 penalty, deducted from their next paycheck. No exceptions, no excuses. 2 weeks prior, Sarah Chen arrived at 9:17 a.m. due to a delayed train. Richard looked at her coldly. 2 minutes late, Sarah. $300. A week later, David Lee was stuck in traffic and arrived at 9:20 a.m. He also got the same treatment. 20 minutes, David. You know the rules. $300. Their pleas were met with stone-cold silence. Richard's stern demeanor and absolute enforcement demonstrated a classic case of the authority effect, where he was simply relishing in his power to dictate consequences. I, too, had a lot at stake. I couldn't afford a $300 hit. I was on a tight budget. My rent was due next week. I started preparing myself a week in advance, setting multiple alarms. The morning of the meeting, I arrived at 8:30 a.m., setting up my phone to record the meeting, ensuring the exact time would be documented. I double-checked the meeting rules and printed the relevant sections and highlighted them. 9 a.m., no Richard. 9:05 a.m., still no Richard. The tension in the room was palpable, everyone watching the clock. 9:10 a.m. Several staff members started whispering, glancing at each other, then at the door. 9:14 a.m. The minute hand ticked closer to what would be his own imposed deadline. 9:16 a.m. 9:17 a.m. Whispers grew louder. At 9:22 a.m., Richard Hamilton strolled in, apologizing for a minor traffic incident that delayed him. I calmly stood, clearing my throat before walking forward. Turning to Richard, I asked, Richard, are you aware of the company's timeliness policy as outlined in Section 4.3 of the Employee Handbook? I held up the printed handbook. Others documented with their phones. Before he could answer, another staff member called, Someone from HR is here to see you, Richard. The HR representative entered the room holding a printout from the security cameras. Richard, she said, according to the security footage and the company's tardiness policy, you arrived at 9:22 a.m. That is 7 minutes past the 15-minute grace period. Therefore, you are subject to the $300 fine. This is an example of the reciprocity principle at play.